Hello, this is Daryl, 10-foot truck. I never finished that last video. I kind of ran out of space on my phone. I don't have enough memory on my phone, so I just kind of wanted to finish what I was talking about. I think I was talking about how much time I spent doing moving with some companies before I went independent. And was a tractor trailer driver for Mayflower, and they trained us for like 5 weeks on how to basically do household moving business. We were kind of independent, but we were releasing the trucks, and we were running the summer for them because they needed more tractor trailer drivers to go across the United States. And so that was a big, really tough experience, not only driving the rig itself and managing all that and the paperwork and all the permits, logs, and everything, but the actual moves were big because they were like, I was driving a 48-foot trailer with held like 80,000 pounds of freight, and we would do moves all the way across the country. I started in Seattle, California, and California across to Florida, New York back. I did Canada, up in Vancouver, Canada. So I went around back and forth across the United States, and it was quite an experience because they didn't really have a lot of the equipment I needed. I mean, I was even moving cars. I would build like using the load bars, you would build like shelving so you could put a lot of their stuff on top and you put the car underneath it. You'd have to build ramps. They didn't even provide us with the proper ramps. We had to actually build a ramp to get the cars in. So there was a lot of things that went wrong because the truck didn't really have all the proper equipment. Some of the straps that you're strapping cars, they didn't have some of that. We had to improvise on a lot of that. We didn't have enough blankets, moving pads. So there was stuff that got damaged, and then I was driving a truck that was leased from Penske, and I think that truck actually was must have been used for logging, and then because it didn't have the air ride in the front, so when the trailer was bouncing around, especially on the East Coast, a lot of chuck holes, stuff was getting thrown around in there. When you're doing moving, you really want air ride, especially on a big rig like that. And I complained about it, but unfortunately, no one ever really helped me out on that. So. But I did learn a lot about packing stuff really well because we had to, just because things were getting damaged because the truck was bouncing around a lot, so wrapping everything. And I learned about moving, big, giant houses, offices, and that kind of stuff. And, sometimes we'd have like 5 moves within the truck. We had to, learn how to, the logistics behind that. So I learned a lot on that job. And then later on, I went in and worked for companies delivering their furniture for them, and then I went independent. Because as I was working for a furniture company doing their deliveries, one guy came. He was a subcontractor to pick up some stuff or drop something off, and he told me, he's like, "Why are you working here? You should buy a truck and do what I'm doing. You're going to get paid more. You're not going to get paid hourly. You're going to get paid per job." And that stuck in my head for a long time. And when that company closed and I was no longer driving trucks for them, I did get an independent contract running for a sofa delivery company. They were doing leather sofas in California. And it didn't really work out for me because I didn't know really how to operate a business. I was paying too much money leasing big trucks when I could have probably purchased a smaller truck, or maybe even leased a smaller truck. I went really big, and I was driving these big Penske trucks and doing like 10 deliveries a day or whatever it was. I think I was paying my worker a pretty fair wage, but it was hard to keep a partner. I just wasn't managing correctly, so that kind of fell apart. And then years went by, and it wasn't until later I was working jobs and W-2 jobs, construction, and different types of jobs. It wasn't until way later, after I quit UPS, which I was loading trucks for them, that I found the app eMove, where I could start doing independent moving again, since I had learned all that in the past. And that was way until I was 40 years old. And then I started doing that, and I've been doing that ever since, doing independent moving. And now I'm back. I'm totally in a new area, so I don't have a helper or anyone work with me right now, and that's kind of hard with moving. So I'm kind of I'm looking into junk removal and different things like that, and I don't really want to stick with one thing or the other.